All right. Well, I'm gonna start with hey, happy full moon in Aries. So we're in Libra sign right now, but the sun is in Aries, and it is the beginning of the new zodiac. So that's exciting, but it's not what this one is gonna be about. Um, so there's a lot of craziness going on right now in the world. Literally everyone in the world is dealing with something in their own way. And I'm just here to maybe help change the perspective a little bit into something a little more positive. Um, I know people are always talking about how there's a silver lining to every cloud. But you know what? Screw it. Why are we looking at the cloud as something bad? Why don't we see the cloud as, the rain that comes from it is the water that nurtures the trees and helps the plants grow so that we have food to eat, we have air to breathe, There's so much beauty that you can see if you allow yourself to see it, even if something seems so wrong and so bad. And I'm not taking away from anybody's struggle that they're going through right now. But struggle is always something that's beautiful, and we forget to see that sometimes. So that's the same thing in this situation. I mean, you can choose to be afraid, you can choose to stress yourself out, which is really not good for the body. You can, choose to be angry, choose to victimize yourself. There's so many ways that you can go about this that can hurt you, that won't make things better for you, that will make your reality just miserable. Or you can look at things positive and you can be able to utilize the best out of the life that you are having at this moment, utilizing your reality and helping to shape who you are. Why not utilize the time that you have? Right now, everyone is going through some form of reevaluation of their life, whether it's you're reevaluating the job that you have, you're reevaluating the time that you have when you're not working, or you're reevaluating your home life, yourself, how you are, deal with others. There's something different to reevaluate for everybody. Your time, how it's spent, how it's utilized, your diet, your exercise, um, just everything about your situation. Are you bored? Are you binge watching TV and have no idea what to do? I mean, you're here, you're living. And if you're living, then you have work to do for yourself. And I'm not trying to sound like, get on it. But no, if you're still here, you still have a purpose. And if you have a purpose, what are you doing to work towards that purpose, towards that dream, to figure it out? And if you don't know, what steps are you taking to discover yourself? So I think that there's a couple different steps that we can take in order to help us in this situation. So the first one is, let me just readjust my camera. Oops. So the first one is, let's take a look at your situation. What are you doing? Are you struggling? Are you victimizing yourself? Are you overworked? Are you stressed out? Are you bored? Are you struggling or without a job? What is your situation right now? Everybody's situation is different, but everybody is in a situation. And you need to look at what the situation looks like for you. Maybe it's more than one. What is it? Then the next thing is to look at how you feel about your situation. How is it that you're internalizing your scenario right now? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling like you have no life outside of your job? Like work is it and you wish that you had something else? Are you feeling stuck in your reality? Like maybe this isn't what it's what your reality that your reality is not necessarily what you desire. Or maybe you're stressed and worried about your predicament. I mean, there's so many different things, different emotions that you could be feeling at this moment. But only you can decide how you feel about the situation that you're in. Once you can notice these things, you can see where your problem is, right? So say you are overworked, say you're stressed out about your job, then it's time to think about, where do you want to be? What is it that you do? Maybe you like the content of your job. Maybe you just don't like the the environment. Maybe you don't like how it's going about. Maybe you'd rather do it on your own. Is there a job? Is there a dream that you have? Look at your life right now, your routine, how you live on a day-to-day basis. What is it that you do for yourself? How do you interact with others? How is it that you feel? What are your thoughts throughout the day? Really take a look at this. Is it beneficial for you? Is it the life that you want to be living? Is it your dream? Are you living the life that you desire right now? And I can tell you right now that if you were going through any type of something not going right your way, that is a sign. That is a sign that no, you're not living the life that you were intended to live at that moment. Whatever the change might be, there is a change that you need to make within yourself, and it's up to you to discover that. And what makes it so beautiful is that right now it's not just you, it's everybody. Everybody has something to reevaluate about themselves. Everybody has something that they need to do differently, or something they need to do better, or they need to do more, or they need more effort, or they need more love. Whatever it is, everybody needs something, and the world is telling everybody that. So why not take advantage of this time, right? So it starts at the base with you. How do you feel about yourself? Who are you? Do you know? Or do you think you know? These are things, you know, this is a great time to really sit and figure it out. Who am I? What do I want to do? What kind of life do I want to live? These are questions, right? And yeah, they're questions that we hear all the time since we're teenagers. And what's crazy is there's so many different ways that you can utilize to figure out who it is that you are. I mean, what's your sign, right? Everybody knows their sign, and it sounds so silly, right? But what's the element of your sign, right? Like I'm a Libra, so Libra, that's an air sign. Libra and oh my goodness gracious, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, all air signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Um, Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, earth signs. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Cancer and Scorpio. Those are all water signs. Right? Look at your sign, right? So now if you're a fire sign, what's your passion? What passion drives you? Right? Because that's what that sign is. It's all about passion. What is your passion? What are you passionate? What makes you feel passionate? Look at all these different things, and sometimes they come together, right? If you're a water sign, what what makes you feel so deeply? What are these things that spark your intuition? Sometimes there's a theme, right? If you're an air sign, what is it that you like to learn? What interests you? What kind of route do you always end up going down? If you're an earth sign, what makes you feel grounded? All these different themes, right? There's all these different themes. I mean, and there's that's a broad question to ask because it can be multiple things, but sometimes you put them all together and you can come up with something. What does your name mean? Do you know? Sometimes there's a little answer in there because we end up living up to our name in some way, some shape or form, right? What's your life path number? What's the sum of your birthday? From your month, your day, and your year. Put it all together. What is that number? What does that number mean? Does it resonate with you? What is the number of your day you were born? Right? What do you like to do? The numerology, it's just kind of always fun, right? It's something to look into. Something I've even done is the 16 personalities. Take that test, right? I mean, it's like 10 minutes maybe. And it tells you about yourself. You know what I mean? And you can go all down into the astrology chart. But just dealing with something a little more concrete for other people, right? Is what are your weaknesses? What are your strengths that you know? What can you point out in yourself? What is it that you desire most in life? Are you achieving it? Are you there? How can you get there? Is there something that you're doing or something that you're experiencing in your life that you feel is blocking you from getting what you desire in life? Or is something telling you otherwise? Is that maybe not the right pathway for you? Is there something else for you out there? Something to think about. I don't care what anybody says. I've been told my whole life there's no way that you can be happy every day. It's not possible. But it is. Because happiness is a state of mind. It's what you think, it's how you perceive, it's how you look at something. You can look at the worst situation and allow it to make you upset. Or you can look at the worst situation and say, you know what? On the other side of that, I know that there's going to be an achievement and it can't be taken away from me because I earned it. There's so much that you can just see within yourself. Are you pessimistic? Do you have trouble seeing the good things in life? You have to think about what makes you happy. How do you rely on others? Are you codependent? Do you rely on them every day? Do you rely on them to make you happy? And how are you around them? Are you yourself? Are you the true self that you know that you are? Or do you put up a facade every day? Because that's not a good feeling. This is a good time now to be able to bring yourself forward, to identify with yourself, connect with your energy, right? Who are you? How do you feel about things? Make it so that you can recognize when somebody else's energy might be picking up into yours and you're carrying somebody else's crap home. Now, that's a whole other conversation that I don't need to get into right now. And pay attention to everything that comes to you in your life. Every little thing, I know it sounds crazy, but everything that comes into your life is a sign. Everything. Down to the animals you see, the numbers you see, the songs that get stuck in your head, the words you say. When somebody says something and you've heard 3 other people say it in the same week, it's a sign. They're not mistakes. Pay attention. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your surroundings. How can you come out of this as the best you can be? How can you use this like the hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball Z and come out on top? So think about where you are right now, how you were affected by this. Think about how you feel about this. Think about what you can do. Why are you feeling this way? Why is this coming your way? Are you without funds because maybe you're meant to find a different way of making money? Are you overworked because life is just trying to kick you hard to tell you maybe that's not where you want to be? Maybe that doesn't make you happy. Maybe it does. Are you at home alone dying without your friends because maybe it's telling you that you need to go within? So many different signs for so many different people. You need to pay attention and look within. How can you care for yourself right now? And once you start caring for yourself, how can you care for others? This year is 2020. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is the number of foundation. We are beginning in the 2nd decade of the new millennium. If you think that change isn't coming, then you're in for a wild ride. But we're starting right now. We're starting this decade off strong. And we have a lot of foundation and a lot of change to make, but it can be for the better. And you can decide that.